Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Darren Campbell. You want to do that one, Darren? Yeah, you go the far side. Come on. I'm just going to get my script, actually. Excuse me. Well, Darren Campbell, athletics superstar.
No.
Record holder.
No.
Olympic gold medalist. Let's
about.
talk about your football career, can we?
Yeah. I've retired now from football. I think this injury's like wrecked all hope I had of playing in any more charity games, so that's me.
I think for many people in the room, they might not have actually realised that football was an important part of your life, right to the point, of course, of playing at a professional level. Just tell us a bit in passing about how did you get involved in playing football? Because we all associate you with, obviously, tremendous sporting success as an athlete.
Well, I grew up in Manchester, and I was a part of the same soccer school of excellence as a great player, Ryan Giggs. And I knew whilst at the soccer school that although I was there and I could play a little bit of football, what Ryan Giggs could do with a football and what I could do was two different things. And I knew the only reason I was really good at football was because I was fast. Pretty much whichever sport I put my hand to, I could kind of get away with a lot of things because I was quick. But I was always realistic, to be honest with you, and athletics was what I really wanted to do, so I concentrated on that. But then at the age of 20, I was involved in a car accident, and I had a sciatic nerve problem, which meant I really couldn't run like I had done when I was younger. So I started working in an insurance company, and over time my back got a little bit better. So I just started playing football for work. You know, on a Wednesday we play football. Next thing I knew, I was then playing for Cumbrian Town in the Welsh League. Then after that, then a Liverpool scout came in the dressing room and said, "Oh look, I want to take you on some trials." He goes, "You're not ready for Liverpool." I was like, "Yeah, I kind of know that." But then next thing I was playing for Millwall reserves against Arsenal reserves. It was unbelievable. Then I went to Plymouth Argyle. I played, I think, 8 games there, scored 9 goals. Russell Osman was caretaker manager. I don't know, I was on this journey of I'm going to become a professional footballer. So I waited through the summer to see if Russell Osman was going to get the contract. Didn't hear anything. An offer came in from Weymouth, out the blue. I went and met the chairman. I was still working at the insurance company, but I went up there. He said, "Oh look, I want to offer you £200 a week." You know, I was like, brilliant. That's £800 a month. It's more than I'm on now at the insurance company. So they said, "You've only got to train once a week. You can work part-time the rest of the time." I was like, "Oh, I'll be on loads of money." So I signed. The following day, I went back to the insurance company, went to lunch, came back. The girls that I worked with said, "Oh, you've had a phone call from a gentleman called Neil Warnock. He says he'll call you when he gets out of the press conference." I was like, "Neil Warnock, I've heard of him." He called me back after the press conference. He goes, "I've just become Plymouth Argyle manager. I want to offer you a 2-year contract." I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go professional." And then I remembered I signed for Weymouth last night. So I said, I got a problem. I signed for Weymouth last night." He goes, "Well, look, son," he goes, "I've never seen you play." He goes, "But everybody at the club speaks highly of you." He said, "I've been told you're really quick. So look, I'm not going to pay any money for you, so get out the contract." Phoned the chairman of Weymouth, said, "Oh, I've just been offered a professional contract." And he laughed and went, "That's football, son." And I think I knew at that point that I would play football for a little while whilst my back was still getting better, but I would come back to athletics.
Yeah. Your career, you were telling me earlier, hit an all-time low when you went to play Russian and Diamonds.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out whether we beat them or
I can probably say with some degree of predictability you did. You mentioned being brought up in this part of town. Tell us a bit about your background and growing up here then.
I grew up on a council estate, the Sale Racecourse estate. I went to school in Moss Side, single parent family. It was tough. I always say to people, initially in my early years as a child, that I was a product of my environment. You know, all I saw around me was gangs, drugs, guns, all of that type of stuff. But I don't know, something inside me, and I think also because I had a really good and strong mother, I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be like everybody else on the estate. And my mum first saw me run when I was 8 years old, and she kind of decided that I was going to be an athlete. So I joined my local athletics club, and you know, I have to say thank you to all the volunteers, because the roles that you play are so important. The stuff that I learnt at Cell Harriers by all these people that gave up their time,